Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Keaton here with doing another vlog. I know, I promised I wouldn't do these very often, but hey, I thought it was only appropriate considering we're just getting over the holiday season, and unless I'm mistaken, this video is going out like a day before New Year's Eve. So, you know, I thought it was only appropriate to not only wrap up the last few months of channel activity, but to also, you know, give you guys a nice little teaser and talk about what you can expect in 2017. It sounds weird saying that, 2017, 2017, 2017. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to roll off the tongue the same way as 2016 to me. Like 2016, it's just, I don't know, maybe I just gotta get used to it. 2017. What am I talking about? I don't know. Let us talk about the channel a bit. So first and foremost, at the top of the list has to be my huge thank you to everyone who has watched everything on the channel, or just watched whatever you guys liked on the channel. The fact that you watched at all, thank you so much for that. Especially to those of you who went above just watching and participated with your likes or your comments, your feedback, all of that lovely, beautiful interaction. It's nice to see a community spawning. It's nice to see some familiar faces on each and every video. So it's been amazing. And while on the subject of thanking you guys, once again, thank you so much for supporting Let's Dev. It's so nice to see that a series that I was very hesitant to start on the channel, but I really pushed for, you know, in leading up to the channel's debut. It's really nice to see that it's found an audience, it's maintained an audience, and it's continued to entertain an audience. Hopefully you guys have been entertained, and that's the major catalyst for the reason that I did the Let's Dev holiday special this year, because not only did I want to celebrate the fact that Let's Dev just did so much better than I anticipated, I wanted to give you guys even more, you know, a little extra special thing for the end of the year with the actual release of Boxed by Christmas. So hopefully you guys checked out Boxed by Christmas, by the way. In case you guys didn't know, I released a game that was featured in the Let's Dev holiday special. It was the game that was featured in the Let's Dev holiday special, I should say. So if you haven't checked it out, be sure to check out the final video if you're not interested in seeing the development but you want to play the game, the final product. It's free to play. You can download it for free, absolutely free. Highly recommend you guys check it out, and then give me your feedback, because, you know, that's the only way I'm gonna learn. Speaking of Boxed by Daylight, by the way, I gotta say that the entire project in particular did so much better than I anticipated as well. Like, no doubt, a lot of it came from the Let's Dev series itself. But what was really cool, and something that I did not expect at all, was when I put up the game page on itch.io, itch.io, I don't know how you pronounce it, itch.io? Maybe we'll just pronounce it itch.io. When I put the page up on itch.io, I would say just a few hours later, you know, there were people who were much more privy at social media giving it some love, you know, giving it a shout out, and tagging me on Twitter about it. And that was really cool, and I think I kind of owe some of that extra attention that the game got to those lovely people. And I think more than anything, that proved to me without a shadow of a doubt that social media is a great way. Logic here is a great way to get the word out and help promote things. And clearly, I need to step up my social media game immediately, because apparently. Yeah, that's how the kids do it these days. That's apparently how the world works these days. So, yeah. If there's anything new that I learned, other than my appreciation for the whole Game Jam concept in general, was the fact that apparently social media is way more powerful than I anticipated before this. But then again, to be honest, I'm getting older, and it's really hard to keep up on everything happening. I'm sure a lot of you can sympathize with that as well. But yeah, it was a crazy learning experience, and hopefully, you know, you guys enjoyed it, because I enjoyed making it, even though it was extremely stressful. If you want a funny story about it, the Let's Dev holiday special almost didn't happen because that entire project came down to the wire. Like, had I not scheduled it the way that I did, let's put it this way, when I started producing the first episode of the Let's Dev holiday special, I was just putting the finishing touches on the actual game itself. So had anything gone wrong, that probably wouldn't have come to fruition. It probably would have been a project I just scrapped. But luckily, I am a man who likes to stick to his schedules, and I was able to get it out in time. But that was probably the closest to crunch I've ever had to do for anything YouTube related so far. So hopefully I don't have to do that again anytime soon, because I don't know if my sanity could take it. But anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about other channel stuff, because a lot of stuff happened this year, and we've only been around for a few months. So obviously this year, as I mentioned in the last vlog, I put out a lot of feelers. I did a lot of different potential new series content. A lot of number ones were coming out, and I can say if that was a bit jarring, because I understand, you know, the whole bunch of new videos, nothing to really just sink your teeth into yet. I can promise you guys that that'll probably start slowing down next year. At least going into next year, it'll start slowing down. Not a lot less potential for new series coming out, and I'm actually going to be converting some of the potential new series that I started this year into new actual extended series next year. So some of the favorites that came out of the just shotgun blast of new content will be making a return next year. I don't want to mention any titles just yet, because nothing is set in stone yet, and I don't want to make any promises I can't keep, but I can promise you that some of them will be coming back next year. That's actually a pretty good transition into what you can expect next year. So let's go down my quick laundry list here of things that you could probably expect in 2017. God, that sounds weird to say, but okay, let's... I don't know why I'm getting hung up on 2017. I don't know, maybe I'm just excited for 2017. Let's move on, shall we? All right, so the thing that I'm probably most excited about trying out in 2017 is expanding beyond just regular Let's Plays. And don't get me wrong, I love doing Let's Plays and everything. I love all the personal twists that I put on my Let's Plays. But at the end of the day, it comes down to either me playing a game a certain way with my own unique rule sets, like Nuclear Throne Roulette, or, you know, doing a... some sort of role play character like I did in like the Skyrim video or the Fallout 4 video, which I really like. Again, don't get me wrong, that's probably the most fun I have doing Let's Play stuff these days, other than, you know, 7 Days to Die, which is fun in its own right, of learning and sharing that experience with you guys. But at the end of the day, there is a sort of creative limit to that, and I want to explore other avenues of video game content that's not necessarily restricted to purely the Let's Play format, if that makes sense. I think the best way to explain this is I want to take the same approach as, say, Let's Dev, for example, where Let's Dev is not a Let's Play. It's more of the celebration of another aspect of the video games industry, and it gives you a different perspective into video games and celebrating video games from a point of view that maybe you've never been able to experience yourself, or maybe a perspective that you've always been curious about, but you know, you've never delved into, or maybe it's a perspective that you share with me myself. Like, for example, I'll give you the one that's at the top of my list of things that I'm thinking about doing in 2017, and that's doing videos on things that I enjoy about the video games industry. The first subject I would love to do this video on is pixel art. Like, I would love to share and express my point of view on why I love pixel art as more than just a video game art style. You know, I would love to sort of delve into what I appreciate about pixel art, why I like making pixel art, why I like viewing pixel art, etc., etc. And I would love to share that as a video and then put it out there and just, you know, see what you guys think about it, see what the general public may think about it, and go from there. Or just do something special is really my goal there. The TLDR version of that is I want to do things that are special, that makes me more than just a Let's Play channel. I obviously want to improve as well on my Let's Play content, make it much more fun, and hopefully reach the point where you may not like the game, but you know, the fact that I'm playing it and the way that I make my videos, maybe that'll redeem it in your eyes, and it'll be a whole great grand thing, and we'll have fun with it. Now, the other thing I wanted to touch on was my release schedule. So currently, I've been releasing videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes on Saturdays in special cases. Now, I know that there's been requests for me to add more videos to the weekly schedule, and I personally would love if by the end of 2017, I'm releasing at least four videos per week. The unfortunate downside is that means a lot more work for me per week, and I'll just be straight up honest with you guys. The only way that I can justify that change right now, at least, is if the analytics can support that. So the things that I and sort of YouTube in particular really value are much different from what the rest of the world. So from an obvious perspective, the channel is very, very small. Not a lot of subscribers, not a lot of views, but it's okay. In my opinion, the channel is still doing fine because A, the channel gets a consistent amount of views, and B, it gets a consistent amount of interaction. And that's really what's important, not only to me, but to YouTube to a certain extent. But when I say the analytics need to justify the amount of work required to add another video to the weekly release schedule, that's more because I obviously need to know that the extra work is going towards something. So let's say in the future, by some bizarre turn of events, I want to go to like Razer or like Nvidia and be like, hey, would you like to sponsor a giveaway for my channel? They're going to go to my channel, they're going to look at the subscriber counts, the view counts, and then they're going to judge whether or not I'm worthy of, you know, their time and effort. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to solicitate any sort of inflations, because YouTube will catch that and it does me no good. So in other words, more effort means more opportunities, not only for me, but for the channel in general, and as a result for you guys. So I want to make sure that any larger amount of dedication that I add to the channel is beneficial. I know that was a long way to say that, but I wanted to make sure that you guys understood. It's not a greed thing or anything. It's a matter of numbers. And I think I just need to just reiterate, just reminder for anyone who may have forgotten, I do YouTube completely as a hobby right now. Like, I do it all in my free time, and as is right now already takes up quite a bit of my free time, almost all of it, to be honest. And on a plus, I also want to keep some time in my schedule open to hopefully record more Tengu Drop content. It would be great to record more Tengu Drop content in 2017. I'm currently just waiting on Joe to get back to me on when he's actually free. So once he gets around to doing that, we'll hopefully figure something out and get back to recording some content. But for now, I'm still, you know, waiting, and you know, I don't want to take on too much more than I can handle, you know. But yeah, that got a little more real than I anticipated, so I apologize. So let's get a little bit more positive here. Let's end on a good note. So in general, I just want to improve the channel. I want to improve on everything that was done this year, including Let's Dev, the Let's Play content, and in particular, I want to try and avoid stagnation. And I really want to try and open myself up to newer opportunities so that we can do more things and try newer things, and who knows what else may await us in 2017. 2017. I'm getting hung up on 2017 again. Do not mind me. But yeah, that's the general gist of it. Just want to try and improve, just want to try and continue to make new and cool things and continue to celebrate video games. And as a plus to the previous vlog where I talked about that really ambitious project, I really want to try and get that ambitious project done, at least one episode in 2017. I'm not gonna promise any of the content that's actually in there because I don't want to disappoint anyone, don't want to hype anyone up too much too soon, but I want to try and get to that ambitious project. Who knows, we'll see. Again, on a plus side, don't want to go back to getting too real, but again, another plus side to doing 3 videos a week, it allows me a lot more opportunities to try newer things. And if I fail, that's okay. I still have time to record actual content that is worthy of your viewing experience. So for now, it's a plus. Trust me, it's a plus that I'm doing 3 videos a week. But anyway, I've been talking a while, so let's wrap this bad boy up. Again, I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who has watched content, whatever you watched. Even if you only watched one video, or if this is your first video, I'm sorry, this was your first exposure to me, I promise a lot more quality content on the channel if you want to check it out. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching, and once again, huge shout out to everyone who has contributed to the comment section, to the likes, who has shared my stuff. It's just been grand to see your guys' support as always. It feels good. It helps justify the weirdness of me talking to myself like I am doing right now. So again, it helps me stay sane and not feel like such a weirdo for talking to myself for extended periods of time. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for making my 2016 so good, so great. And you know, I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season. Hope you guys got everything you wanted for whatever you celebrated, Hanukkah, Christmas, and everything else in between and beyond. and I hope you guys have a safe and wonderful new year. If I had a glass here, I'll put an imaginary glass up to 2017 and beyond, hopefully. But let's just focus on 2017. To 2017. I hope to see you guys there for more crazy, fun shenanigans on the channel. So once again, thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. There's nothing fancy about the process, just a matter of placing voxels where they made sense, and eventually I carved out our protagonist. Unfortunately, the translation of my stylized cat left me with more of a dog than a cat, so I went with the dog.